Welcome back to Live at 9. A daughter of a Memphis sanitation worker growing up in the 1960s became an award-winning psychologist, advocate, and now author. Dr. Rosie Phillips Davis is also professor at the University of Memphis, and she joins us to discuss this very deeply personal book she's written for children. Welcome to Live at 9. It is such an honor to meet you. Such an honor to meet you.
I'm delighted to be here, and I'm thrilled that you're here. I'm thrilled with what you've done already today, and so I'm excited about it.
I was reading how you described this book. So you said this book is for every child who has ever felt they didn't belong, and every adult who carries the scars of being told they weren't enough.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Because it's interesting to me that when I let adults read the book, they say, oh, you know, I remember when I was a child and I was overweight and my house looked so raggedy that I would walk down the street rather than get on the bus in front of my house because I was so embarrassed. Or another adult who told me, and they would call me four-eyed, and so I never would feel good about myself. And so it happens to all children. Well, not all children, but you know.
A lot. But those scars grow with you as an adult.
They do.
So tell me about little Rosie.
Okay. So I based the story a little bit on my life. Now, when people read the book, they see some things in there that didn't happen. But the basis of it did happen. And so growing up in Memphis, Tennessee, and living with my family, with my father, who was a garbage man, my mother, and what she did was clean houses for white women when she worked, and my siblings. And so one of the things that inspired me even to write the book was just hearing about poverty, not just my life, but hearing about it. So can I tell you about some researchers?
Absolutely.
Okay. So once, in 2016, I'm in my closet doing sit-ups, and I hear something about poverty myth busters, pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. And these two researchers, Chetty and Hendren, had done studies, and they said, if you're in the economic bottom quintile, your chances of reaching the economic top quintile in the entire world is only 15%. And that if you're in the United States, it's 12.9% in San Jose, California. So I'm doing the sit-ups.
Yeah.
And it says, and if you're in Memphis, Tennessee, your chances are 3%. And I stop in the middle of the sit-up. I'm going, what? And I think about my life. And it is true that in my family, most people did not reach any economic top quintile. And so I'm thinking, what is this whole thing about poverty? And so I knew my own personal story about poverty, but to begin to look at what happened with all people in poverty. And when I began to research it and look at what happens to children in poverty, and I learned that 75% of the people in poverty are women and children. And that children experience something that's called the just world philosophy, where I get what I deserve, and they begin to even believe that what happened to them, they deserve. And so it made me start to talk about poverty. But how do you talk about it to professionals so that people listen? When you tell a personal story.
Right, absolutely, though. But you start this book off, and it's very heart-wrenching to think how rude and how mean kids are when kids don't look like you, they don't dress like you, they don't go to the places that you go to, how mean they can be. But you end the book on the upper side of it all.
That's exactly right. So that little girl, Rosie, now the children actually look like her. But on the way to school, when she was poor and had to put that cardboard in her shoes, and that was the only pair of shoes she had because that was extreme poverty. But those that calling her black and ugly, that's because we have colorism in the society. We do. And it's not just here. It's in China. It's everywhere. We have colorism. But to do that, and so you have it within your race, with people who look like you. You have it with people who are different from you. It doesn't make any difference, and it could be, for example, with a disability, and people could talk about, oh, look at you, why you talk like that? Well, that could be anybody, and anybody can do it. And so children are going to be hurt by that, and how do they find How do they find a way to be happy? And so little girl Rosie did with her imagination. And so that part of the story is true, that just saying, for every time someone calls me black and ugly, I'm going to get $1. And then let's see what I could buy at the end of the week or the end of the month. So finding, and children have the capacity to find it within themselves, but we have to help create an environment so that it happens.
Thank you so much for sharing your story, sharing a little piece of you with all of us,
Yes.
and writing this fantastic book.
Yes, yes.
Really greatly
yes.
appreciate your time.
I am glad to be here and glad for great colleagues at the university and glad that you all are having me here.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Such an honor.
You're welcome.
Well, straight ahead, look at what's coming up across the Bluff City and just in time to make those weekend plans. That's coming up next.